Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Fairfield Stone. Peace and salutations to the Akim out there pushing this word sincerely in all truth. Started with the banner on the highways and the byways, who make up the 144,000, which is the governing body of the kingdom of Israel that is to rule the world, right? Along with the large multitude, the men, women, and children of the nation of Israel, the elect of the nation of Israel, whom the Lord has allowed mercy, has afforded mercy through Yahushai's sacrifice, that we may come repenting and be reconciled to our God. The reason why we start off with giving our praises to Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai is because we come in those names, and those names are what give us the power to speak what we need to speak when we come out here. We don't come out here to speak on behalf of ourselves. These words are not our words. This message is not our message. This agenda is not our agenda. So we give our praises to Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai because these are their words, these are their agenda, their message, for you people, which are a part of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, predominantly from the tribe of Benjamin. So we come out here as ambassadors for the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of your forefathers, to tell you first and foremost who you are as a people, right? Who your God is, what is his name, what is his son's name, right? And what you must do, right, in order to be reconciled with your God and to save yourselves from the destruction that is to come, right, before the ushering in of the kingdom of heaven.
15?
Yeah.
Alright, so this is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth.
Perfect, right? So we come out to speak into your ears the words of prophecy that the Heavenly Father has put in our mouths. As I said, that's why we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai, because just as the prophets of old that you read about, Isaiah, the Jeremiah, the Habakkuk, all these great men that came to speak unto the children of Israel, we come in their stead. Right? We come to speak unto you as prophets, as ambassadors, as spokespersons for Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai, for the God of your forefathers, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And we come to speak to you the words of prophecy. Now, one of the main prophecies that we want to get into, right, is the prophecy of the mark of the beast. Right? Let's give me Revelation 13, verse 16, Baba Kwasha. Right? This is one of the most important prophecies right now, right, for our people to understand. Right? And I can tell you straight off the bat, your pastors don't know what Revelation 13, verse 16 is speaking about. Right? Go ahead, brother.
Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16.
Right?
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Right. Now, in order to understand what this mark is, right, you have to go into the original language that this was written in. Right? So this text was written in Greek, ancient Greek. And the word there for mark is the Greek word charagma, right, which means a stamp, an imprinted mark, something etched, right? And if you go a little bit deeper into the word, right, you find the Greek word karax, which means a pale or a stake, something sharp, right? And even more delving in, right, you find words like karaso or grapho, which means to scratch or to write, right, to jot down information, right? Now, through the Spirit of the Lord, right, we have the understanding that this mark of the beast, right, is speaking about the implantable RFID microchip, right? The implantable RFID microchip, right?
Upside down.
No, this is good. This is the mark of the beast, the implantable RFID or NFC microchip, right? Now, this chip is designed to hold all your personal data, right? Your biometric data, your health records, your financial records, right? Your online activity, everything about you, this is designed to store. Now, in order for a chip like this to be mandatorily implemented worldwide, there are certain frameworks or digital systems that need to be implemented, right? The first and most important one come under the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, Goal 16.9, right? And that goal is universal ID for all. And the solution for getting universal ID for all is a digital identification system. That should sound familiar, right? Since 2011, Jamaica has been working on a national identification system, or NIDS for short. A couple years ago, we saw the realization of all the work what they may do, right? And Jamaica rolled out its national identification card and the national identification system. What the majority of you people do not know, if not all of you do not know, this is not a Jamaican initiative. This was not a brainchild of any Jamaican government party, whether it be JLP or PNP. This is a brainchild of the United Nations and the World Bank. Right? Go on, brother.
This is the ID 4D initiative. The role said the ID 4D initiative is a global platform hosted by the World Bank that brings together development organizations, civil society, and the private sector to promote inclusive and trusted ID systems.
Right, so the ID 4D is a World Bank initiative and it stands for ID for Development. Right, and the ID 4D initiative, as we said before, is a World Bank initiative, right, that comes under the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, or the UN 2030 agenda, which goes hand in hand with Vision 2030 in Jamaica. And what the ID 4D initiative is about helping countries implement digital identification platforms for their citizens. Right? Now, the question is, why do you need a digital identification system? Matter of fact, before we even go further, alright, just go read the connection to NIDS.
Alright. So the connection to NIDS.
That is the identification system that we have in Jamaica, NIDS. Right? Or National Identification System. One.
Connection to NIDS. The World Bank's ID 4D initiative supported the development of the NIDS policy and provided data helping Jamaica in its goal to establish a reliable national identification system.
In other words, if you put it in layman's terms, the World Bank told Jamaica how and what to implement. Right? These are the standards. This is what we want to achieve. This is what you need to do in order for us to achieve that goal. Right? Now, we say we need to show all of this in order to explain why, the chip is going to come to pass. So the chip now is going to hold digital data. So in order for the chip come to fruition or come to pass, you need a digital identification framework. You need a way for the government to identify you digitally, right?
Digital footprint.
So now, another thing that you see being pushed in Jamaica is the fact that your car registration and fitness is now digitalized or digitized. You will no longer receive a physical decal sticker to put on your car. You will no longer receive a physical slip for certification of fitness. You will no longer receive a physical piece of paper for your vehicle registration. You will be emailed a digital certificate. Right? Along with that, another important push globally, which Jamaica is also on the forefront of, right, is the development of a central bank digital currency. You can Google what is a central bank digital currency for our question, right? So Jamaica in 2023 officially launched its own central bank digital currency, right, as legal tender, meaning you can spend it, it can be used to settle debt for goods and services and to settle loans and all them things, right? And it is called the Jamdex, right? So now, you have a digital identification system and a digital monetary system. So the idea is your identity is digitalized and able to be tracked, right? Everything that you have will be linked to that, and then you have a digital currency where every time you spend it, it is then linked to your digital identity, right? You want to explain it, brother?
Yeah, we have two quick ones.
One.
Alright, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 5 and verse 15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small, Right? So be not ignorant of anything. And just like what the brother just mentioned, Jamaica made Central don't even know that. They don't even know what is CBDCs. Most Jamaicans. And Jamaica is the first country on the planet to make it legal tender. And they don't even know. So we have a next one for you, bro.
What?
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11 says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Right. So the scripture say what? We should not be ignorant of Satan's devices. Right? So as we see them digital system here putting into place, the digitalization of your health records, your identity, the currency, right? All these different things are not disjointed. They are all interconnected.
Right.
Moving toward one common goal, and that one common goal, right, is to have you implanted with an RFID microchip, right? So we're going to bring out what is a central bank digital currency and why you should care. Right, go on.
Now, a central bank digital currency, CDBC. A central bank digital currency, CBDC, is a digital form of a country's official currency that is issued and backed directly by the central bank. Unlike cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which are decentralized, CDBCs are centralized and represent the digital equivalent of physical cash. Here are the key characteristics of CBDCs. Government-backed CDBCs are legal tender issued by the central bank, making them as official as physical banknotes and coins. They carry the full faith and credit of the issuing government. Digital only, unlike traditional money that exists in both physical and digital forms, CBDCs exist purely in digital format, though they represent the same value as their physical counterparts. Two main types, retail CDBCs and wholesale.
Yeah, you're going at the concerns part, yeah.
Right. Concerns involve privacy implications since transaction could be more easily tracked. Potential impacts on traditional banking if people move deposits to CDBC's account.
Right. So the thing is, one of the things them that government love about CBDCs is how transparent they make you the citizen. Right? Everything that you spend your money on, so your spending habits, is easily tracked. Right? And also not just the transparency to the government, but also the fact that CBDCs are programmable. Right? Meaning they can tell you what and when to spend your money. What you spend your money on, when you spend your money, and how long you can keep the money for without spending it. All of these different things are reasons why the government wants to implement a central bank digital currency. And they will tell you that they're going to do it for convenience sake, for security sake, for cost effectiveness, because really and truly, if you be honest, printing money and printing coins, you know, it's very expensive, and they have to spend money for secure it and transport it and all of that. So for all these reasons, they're going to tell you central bank digital currencies are better, right? But once this thing is fully implemented, there is no hiding from the government when it comes to your income tax or any other tax that you owe the government. It's just gone, right? You speak against the government in any way, shape or form, you're a dissenter, you're fomenting insurrection, they cut off your supply, right? That's what the precept said, right? That if any man should buy or sell, he's not gonna need the mark.
Yep.
Right? So why are you typing, brother? Why are you typing? How can CBDCs be used? See? Yeah, man, go on.
Alright, so this is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 12. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared. in an evil time when it falleth suddenly upon them. Right, so most people not even aware that the system is being changed. It's being reconstructed right before your eyes. And most of our people are going to know when it's too late, when you're going to be faced with a decision. See, they're going to, and most of you are going to say yes because they don't know that it's not to be taken. Right?
And some of them might say no at first.
Right.
Because you have some no at first people.
Yep.
Until things, the belt start draw tighter, yo.
Yeah. Just we have examples like a bridge in mine during the sea time.
Jump shot.
The jump shot. The guy said to me, oh, me not take that, me not take that. Walk. Couple weeks after. You take it in the dark. He said, why? I have to sacrifice myself for the youth because them they are let me off for the job. So just like I said, as the belt get tight.
Same thing, me have a lady in my scheme that was all our mindset until a time to sugar foreign, you know.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, as the brother there mentioned too, that the devil will come with this and they're going to sell it under convenience and all of that, but it's not for your benefit. It's actually a trap.
Right. So what we're going to do now is, so we've broken this down, you see me, to you now as we have done, you see me, countless times for the past how much in number of years, and every other GMS camp has done the same, the apostles and the elders have done the same. So what we do is, you see me, to show you how foolproof this doctrine is. You see me, we ask one of the AI chat them where I go about nowadays, which is Claude AI, how do you break down, you see me, the charagma, which is the Greek word for mark in Revelation 13 verse 16 when it speaks about the mark of the beast. Go on, brother.
Alright. Digital.
This is going to show you how everything tying together, yo. Go on.
Digital mark of technological control. A modern technocracy implementing something resembling the mark, charagma, described in Revelation 13 verse 16, would likely leverage digital identification and financial control systems.
That's the first thing we talk about. There are two first things we talk about, you know. Would likely leverage digital identification systems and financial control systems. Right? You need to have everything for people online before you can implement a system like this. So their identity cannot be a physical card anymore. Even if you give them a physical card, there needs to be a digital counterpart for that. So everything where a person do needs to be recorded on a digital ledger. So when you do, you create a digital copy of the person, them habits, them health records, you see me, them social media presence, them spending habits, the medical, all of them health records, all them things that and that represent the person.
Biometrics.
Right? Biometrics. Because that's a part of the NID system too. Right? Your biometrics in order to uniquely identify it.
Which is body measurement.
Right.
When you break down biometrics, it's just body measurement. So continue. It said, here's how such systems might theoretically be structured, which we actually see it. So right now we can say it's not even in theory.
Right.
Because we see how it play out in a society. When you look on ID 4D.
I'm going to make you even ask the follow-up question I want me to ask you to show you. Where you go.
Digital identity infrastructure. A technocratic government would probably create a unified digital system that consolidates that's what the NIDS is doing.
Exactly.
So we actually in live. There's a live testing or live event, live implementation of that digital system. So it's not theoretically. We see even today. I watched a video on the NIDS, the National Identification System, right? It's a technocratic government would probably create a unified digital ID system that consolidates all personal data, biometric identifiers, financial records, health data, employment history, and social credit scores. This could be implemented through biometric identification, which is fingerprints, facial recognition, DNA markers, implantable RFID or NFC chips.
And that is it. So that's not even us saying it anymore. Even the AI is smart enough analyze the text in Revelation 13 verse 16 and see that it's going to lead directly to an implantable RFID microchip. Right? The economist, the way name again, whether what they say, the CBDCs are going to pretty much lead to an implantable microchip. Very famous brother who was saying, man, one economist, you see me? But he pretty much said the CBDC are going to come in the form of an implantable RFID microchip, right? Because, and the thing is, that is already being used in the world, right? Remember me just coming to the camp in 2010 time when we just started prophesying, you understand? There were examples of people in Spain. We always bring out the Baja Beach Club in Spain, right? Where people were being injected with an NFC chip, and in order to access the VIP lounge, they would have scanned them NFC chip. You understand? So we've had examples from a long time, but even now, more and more people getting NFC or RFID chip implants to pay for things, to open doors, to verify identity, right? So it's out there in the wild.
And in this same format, we've been saying this long before AI come about. So, you know,
Right.
that's why the scripture got to be fulfilled, that then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. Because for years, we can say over decades now, you know what I mean, we've been I preached the same exact format here. See me, and the AI now, I say it's theoretic. You know, we're bigger than the AI. I'm sure you said the most I really are deal with we, the prophets, man. We are the prophets of today. But let's continue. It says, let's continue from, it says, implantable RFID or NFC chips containing encrypted personal data, blockchain-based identity verification systems. You don't need to say it. Man, we've been teaching about blockchain for so long.
Right.
From before enough people know about blockchain.
Exactly. We've been telling you that this is the underlying technology where they're going to build on top of create the digital identification system and the CBDC. They're all built on blockchain technology.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, that's something you said before. Enough people know about blockchain. Enough people still don't know about
Enough people
blockchain.
still don't know about blockchain. Enough people still don't know about it. See? Neural interface technology for direct brain-computer interaction.
And that's the Neuralink. And
Neuralink.
Brothers been doing videos on the Neuralink. You understand? So these things are not new. Nothing here that we're reading is anything that's new to brothers, yo. These things are things that we've been bringing up, yo.
Hey, it really, the precept says in Corinthians, for we are not ignorant of these devices, man.
Right.
You know? Economic control mechanisms. The buying and selling aspect would be enforced through central bank digital currency CBDCs that can be programmed with restrictions.
I just say that though, even the point of sale, it has become contactless more and more. You know, many people in the States say, yo, a long time now I could physical cash, you know.
Yeah,
The point of sale, it has moved from the physical contact to
Right.
it becoming digital more and more.
And you know, what the idea now, what the government really are push for, right? And the banks them really are draw them foot with, is to retrofit the point of sale machine them to be able to accept jam decks.
Right,
Because once they have the same machine where everybody have a use already, once they have them retrofitted to be able to accept jam decks, there's going to be no reason to use it anymore, to not use it anymore. So you can go to the supermarket and not, instead of reaching for your card or reaching for cash, you just pop out your phone and boom. Right? That's what they're going with, you know. And once they do that, you know they're gonna do, them gonna tell us, oh, we're never gonna get rid of cash, but you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna slowly restrict the supply of cash.
No,
And we see other governments do that. India did it when they take out all of the big denomination bill them. You see me? Nigeria did it. You see me, when them restrict the amount of money where you can drop per day, because them have forced them to do it. Use the e-Naira, which is the Nigerian CBDC. That's what they're going to do. They're going to tell us, oh, you can always use a cash, man, but they're going to just take them time and squeeze. Gradualism.
But that NCB though, with investing in the ADM them, start make the tell them certain cash transactions, tell us we're not allowed to do.
Or them charge a big
Or
money
them
fee.
Or them charge a fee.
They
Right.
can't deposit now in a Scotia. You have to go to the bank teller there. They're waiting
So-
there.
so-
ABM, yeah.
So, yeah, so them create the atmosphere to discourage. Them create the atmosphere or the environment. Yeah. Them create the atmosphere or the environment to discourage
People
spending,
from-
to discourage raw cash spending.
Right.
You know what I mean? To discourage people from using the ATMs and such things like that.
About cash charges.
Right. So yeah, there are cash charges right now. Even with Scotia, they might tell us say $50 if we withdraw the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Can't.
them
Snap.
purposely make the situation uncomfortable for people so it can point them into one direction. It's just like what they did in COVID. In COVID, them say, "Oh, we not tell us say we not tell nobody to fire nobody from them job."
Right.
But on the other hand, if you don't have the job, you can't keep a job.
Yep.
So these things are, you see the deception in a way these men are doing. Them are fight, them want to get you out, but then I say them don't want to get you out. Them are pointing to a direction and then I say, oh, no, that them are doing.
Yep.
You know, these men are deceptive, man. That's the devil's work for you. You know?
Alright, this is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and see, and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Yeah, the reason why we could actually, see this, Zane, is because the vision was explained to us through the Spirit, from the apostles and down.
Right.
And as we live this truth, as we live in this ministry, we see day by day how this thing have come to fruition.
Right.
You know what I mean? We see the fruits them a bear.
Yep.
We see the seed when it get planted, and we see the fruit. We see the process. That's why we see the process and the agenda. The Heavenly Father has given us the eyes to see through it. And that's why we could actually, as anything drop concerning the needs, immediately we see that this is the framework that is being laid. From beyond needs, we were seeing, in America, them call it, no, not the real ID, yeah, the real ID, or the very chip. Concerning the health data, they have what you call the very chip. Yeah? And in the movie, in the series, CSI Miami, them actually show you an example of how the very chip work. That it consists of health data and financial data and your address. And how long was the very chip being pushed? Decades ago, man.
Right. Yeah.
And if you look up the very chip, are the same thing they might bring back.
Right.
You know?
Hey, Donald Trump just since him coming to office, you see me them sign law into place what? Digitalize all the health records to all Americans.
Yep.
You see me? So that you go to the hospital, you don't have to worry about giving your doctor certain information, them just access everything. Right? So ultimately what them are gonna do? Them are gonna put all of that in one chip where that can be scanned.
Yep.
You understand? You can continue.
So continue with this.
Oh, they said like last verse.
Oh, last verse. Okay, go ahead.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Hey, it's speaking now, yo. Right? You see all you other camps that teach otherwise, IUIC and the like, you see me? You have a lot of explaining to do to your congregation, yo. And all you men who are sincere in these other camps, now's the time to jump ship, yo. Now's the time to jump ship and start asking questions. Right? Because it's unquestionable now. Right? It's so bold in your face. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you might be able to question certain things.
Where is the microchip?
Right? It's June. Ain't no microchip. Right? But you can't anymore, yo.
If this day and age you still do that, man.
You can't ignore it anymore, yo. Hey, as scripture said, then shall they know that there has been a prophet among them, yo. Right? One?
Right. Access control mechanisms, smart city. This bit I read?
Yeah.
smart city infrastructure requiring digital authentication for public transportation, building access and services. And guess what? We see this going in Sweden. This is Sweden. Sweden is a live example of this actually right here.
Right.
Smart city infrastructure requiring digital authentication for public transportation, building access and services, employment systems tied to verify digital identity.
Right, yeah. So if, right now them even go a little further. Now them have social media verification, right? So what them have push right now, right, is to do is to have a digital verification system to tie you to your social media presence, pretty much. Yo. You understand? So not only for your job, but just for your presence online. You want to go on Twitter, Instagram, or whatever, TikTok, and share controversial videos. Oh, we know exactly who you are. Because right now, especially like even if you have an Apple device, you can sign up to certain things with the Apple ID, and it gives you the option to hide your identity and create one fake email and send it to the app, right? And ask the app not to track. Them things they go out, yo. And one of the reasons I give is what's a lot of misinformation and them things they are spread online. You know, a lot of hate speech and terrorism. So we need to be able to track people online. You know, so even in Jamaica, you have different type of cyber security and cyber bullying and all them things that start pass in order to police people online, right? In the UK, people have been being arrested for Facebook posts in the UK for a couple of years now.
Remember the recent incident?
Australia too.
Remember the recent incident, Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, even with the whole Charlie Kirk thing, people are losing them job right now for certain things.
Remember, it come out in the paper that the US government want to actually, people who are coming to the US, them social media foot, them want to see social media, they call it,
Check your
feed.
social media, yeah.
Yeah, because based on even the Charlie Kirk incident, them say them want to see like where you been now, watch if we say anything bad about it. You know, all of them things, so them find excuse. That's what is order of chaos. So them create chaos to find an excuse for going to your personal whatever, man.
Right.
You know?
It's just like 9/11.
Yeah.
You understand? It was used as a reason for do what? To spy on them citizens.
The Patriot Act.
Right?
Patriot.
Patriot Act was passed.
And implement the real ID too.
Right. You have YouTube racing.
All right.
Yeah, when the whole 9/11 thing is going, you see me, they have a CIA initiative, got fucking something in. You see me? Where they pretty much want set up one system where they can collect massive amount of personal data and be able to predict when people are going to do certain things. And there was a lot of, right, and there was a lot of backlash. And you know what they do? The CIA instead team up with Peter Thiel, you see me? And started Palantir, right? So them privatize what they want to do because there was backlash. So them say, all right, instead of doing a government thing, we're going to use all our money and combine with Peter Thiel and create Palantir, right? So Palantir does exactly that. Them collect all your personal data, everything we do online, all them things. You see me? If you do what? Predict if you are going to do something wrong.
We should go back to them been showing that in the movie Minority Report.
Right.
And we've been said them thing here, man. See? Now another part of the access control mechanisms, it says healthcare, education and social services requiring authenticated access. Internet and communication services linked to verify accounts.
So it's like here in Jamaica now. You have the NIDS. And at first the government say, yo, Prime Minister say, yo, we're not going to force nobody to get it. But you know what I'm starting to say after that? In order for you to access government services, you're going to need one. You understand? That's it. That's what I got. So sooner or later, you know what I got? Your driver's license and your passport, all them things there are going to come under one identification.
Yep.
And if you don't have that identification, you cannot prove your identity. You understand? Because them things they are going to link to your biometric data, your health records, your financial records, everything about you are gonna be there on one central system, and that system now are gonna just inject in your hand.
And not only that, you know, them can track it with your whereabouts. Because let's say that you buy something at a store and they show the store address in half a trip. Depending on the address, it can even track using like the traffic lights and everything. Or the businesses who have them cameras up to Jamaica Eye, they can even track your movement, people see if you're there as well.
Yeah, just like the CCTV system we're in China. You see me? You have millions of cameras in China which track everything, yo. And the China and the camera them in China, them hooked up to AI. You see me? So them do real-time analytics. They identify people, identify how you walk. If you have one dangerous way, like you have some people. So if you walk, in order if you attack somebody, you know, your posture change, you know. You understand? So even all everything the AI can detect you. Right?
Psalms 10 and verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity.
Yeah, because he might come out, right, and he might point out a bag of things are wrong. He might say, oh, misinformation, misinformation, that. You see me, terror this, terror that. You see me, and then he might say other things like, right, you know, paper money, them unreliable, them expensive, them inconvenient.
Convenience and security.
Yeah, man. So, yo, we're going to bring out something different, something convenient, something secure, something we're cost effective. You understand? And it seems as if they must solve real problems. But it seems as if under their tongue, hidden under them tongue, mischief and vanity, yo. Right? Because behind the plans for increased convenience and security and all of them something is control. Because really and truly what they try to do is become like the Most High. You understand? And the scripture say, right? They want to be omniscient, which is one of the characteristics of the Heavenly Father, meaning all-knowing. Right? And how can you be all-knowing? If you have everything connected to the grid, the internet of bodies. Right? If everything is connected to the grid, then you can collect data on any fucking thing. Right now you have a thing what them call surveillance capitalism. And in surveillance capitalism, everything we do online is tracked. And them do that, them use that, all that data to create a digital personal profile. You see me? What them can use to send you targeted ads and targeted pricing. And also to influence you to buy certain things. So right now it's being used just in a commercial way. Right? What? Yeah, man.
Alright, so the 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
Right, so the system where them built, right, is designed to replace the Most High. Right, being omniscient, which is all-knowing, and then omnipresent, which is present everywhere. Right, using the different CCTV technology and them thing that 5G or when they come out with them call 6G is to make sure everything is connected all the time. So everything we do is just monitored. In certain cities, years ago now, I'm not sure if you think they are Jamaica, but in certain cities, in a developed country, right, there are sensors under the road which track traffic patterns, so them can predict when in our city the traffic can build up, because the pattern them collect the data over massive amount of time, massive amount of data, and them use AI to just analyze that and predict certain things. You understand? All these different things, you see me, allow them to become like the Most High. Because it's like them know everything, and then with the advent of artificial intelligence now, you see me, which allow them to analyze massive amount of data without much human input. You see me, and then churn out useful conclusions from all of that. It make it seem as if they're God. You know, like me always bring out this example of this girl was shop her local Walmart. You understand? And based on her shopping habits, our local Walmart start sending our ads for baby stuff. And our father see it and get offended and go to Walmart and say, yo, my child, iron, only if you advertising figure to my teen daughter, only if you know, say, yo, his daughter is actually pregnant. And Walmart know because it analyze our shopping habits, yo, and see, say, yo, she actually pregnant. And send targeted ads to her. And that was years ago that, almost 10 years ago that. You understand? So can you imagine now? Can you imagine the amount of information what them have on you now? Right? So this is what them really want to do. That's why there's such a parallel between in Deuteronomy 6 and 8 when it said before the Moses say, yo, put the laws on your hand and bind it on your forehead. That's exactly what Esau wants to do. That's exactly what the devil wants to do. Put the chip in your hand or on your forehead. He might directly replace the Most High and say, yo, AI is God. Because right now when you want to know something, once upon a time you'd have Google it. But you know what them do now? Ask ChatGPT, ask this, ask that. Nobody Google things anymore now.
Very rare.
Nobody Google things anymore. And if you even Google things right now, you get one AI overview. You know, get what you want. You get one AI overview. You understand?
One time I could have explored on this one 15 resource in cars now about 5 to 10.
Yeah. So that makes, because you know what them do? Them collect vast amount of data and realize that most people don't read past the AI overview. Most people stay in the AI overview. So you know what them do now? Them push out another update what them call AI deep dive. Where you can summon one AI chat iterate on the question when you ask the AI overview to get more and more answers. So can you realize that people want readily packaged information. People don't want raw data to go churn through for then come up with their own conclusions. So what they have is AI to come up with the conclusions for you. Right? So really and truly when they might help you thinking and tell you how to think, you know. But because we already know and understand certain things, you know. When we bring out things from AI, we filter it through the scriptures. Because everything that we are reading from evening are things that we have preached for years now. So, and like I say, oh, AI program with. No. These things, you can check back. We have receipts. We have videos upon top of videos upon top of videos. This scam, every GMS scam. You see me? But you can go back to see what it's saying the same exact fucking thing. You know things that the AI watch your video them. And I summarize our video them and I spit it back to you. Right? Go on.
Back in Psalms 10 and verse 8, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places do he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He do catch the poor when he dried him into his net.
Right, and the net is a digital net.
Yep.
That is the net. Oh, we're not going to give you a physical vehicle registration or physical to this anymore. It's going to be digital. You see me? Oh, we're coming out with the NIDS. Right? No worry, we're not going to force you to forget about it. Why not if you have to access government services, you're going to need it. You understand? Oh, we have a new CBDC, but we're not getting rid of cash. We're not always have an option to use cash, man. But the moment that become mainstream, you're going to realize, yo, it's harder and harder. It's already hard to get cash right now. I don't like spend cash now because I know it's hard to get it. They have a hunt ATM to get that grass, you know. You understand? So, can you imagine when the Jamdex become mainstream, it's going to even harder to get cash. ATMs are going to lock like crazy. You understand? Especially when, you know, they might start it first, they're going to start being government workers first with it. Because now, I think even certain path recipients getting CBD, getting Jamdex now. You understand? Certain other certain pensioners, them are like trial it to give Jamdex, yo. Because if the mail a check to one post office, we are way up. If Marge go collect it, or if Marge Joe go collect it, no make no sense anymore. You see me? So you, plus people that take advantage of the old people. So you know what? Come in, we will set up a little inequality for you and show you how to use it. But the thing is, you know, them need the supermarkets to become on board. Them need the point of sale machine them to come on, and that really has to hold them back, you know.
Yep.
You see me? Brian Winter, the head of the what's his back name again? Bank of Jamaica. Yes, inside.
Richard Biles.
Richard Biles. I know Winter again. Richard Biles, yes. Him said, at the fucking point of sales machine, them hold them back. The moment they become retrofitted to accept Jamdex, game done. Game done. You now see cash again.
Done.
Chicken and things.
Chicken and things, you see me?
Yeah.
Well, say 2 for 1 special.
Yeah. One of the most famous restaurants in the city. You see me every Wednesday. You see me the first 50 person will come in and pay with the digital currency, get double them order.
Big up chicken and things.
I didn't talk about.
Big
Yeah.
up chicken and things, man.
Yeah, I pick up chicken and things. You see me? Yeah, even have certain taxi operators. You see me, we start accepting more now. You understand? Like, Jamdex, yeah.
Beautiful.
You see me? Like certain taxi service, you will see the sticker on the car. So them accept link. You see me? So you come with your Jamdex, boom.
So in other words, digital ecosystem will grow.
It'll grow, exactly. I'm gonna tell you, the main thing we are holding back, man, is the fucking pinpoint and sale machine. Them. The moment that come on board, trouble. Trouble.
We're going to go down into certain things that will drive supermarket to come on board.
Go on a road.
Not only supermarket, but banks, they kind of withhold themselves.
Right. Because them know say enough of them are get replaced by the
Yeah,
central.
but
None of them are into the money.
ISA have what them need, the remedy, to remedy that. So,
And most of these commercial banks, if you realize, most of them workers these days, back office work them do. And they really,
Teleservice.
you have few teleservice, because you know, people still active, but majority of the work what them do now, are back office.
Yep.
alright. So this is under the heading of technological enablers. You know, we're going to move if we do it.
Right.
We're going to move if we get on board. So 5G/6G network providing providing ubiquitous connectivity.
You need connected all the fucking time.
Yep.
You see me, you have in Jamaica you have what do they call it something again? The universal connect something. Someone signed a wire over there, so you say you have one program in Jamaica and this is in Jamaica where they might try to put free Wi-Fi in all major urban centers.
And that one of the things where Andrew wanted to push before, prior to him recent election. He was pushing this Wi-Fi connectivity for everybody.
Right.
That's why he have to go back in the position. Then put him back in the position.
Right, so he can finish the job.
So he can finish the job. Because this man was already properly initiated of how to carry out that particular agenda here. They can't bother to retrain Marky Joe.
Yeah, man, they already have one
and his
chain
squad.
monkey.
You already have a chain monkey, put him back, make him go and keep the ball rolling. You know what I mean? So it says, next one, it says Internet of Things, devices, monitoring and controlling access, which we've been talking about Internet of Things, IoT. Then we have Internet of Bodies. Then we also mentioned that.
Right, they start with wearables.
Start with wearables.
You see me? And then they start to implant things in you.
Yep. So
Right.
next one it says AI systems for pattern recognition and behavior analysis.
Right.
Just like what you mentioned.
Going to surveillance capitalism and Palantir.
Yeah.
You understand? Go on.
Quantum resistance encryptions for security. Another heading is implementation strategy. Watch this now, right? So, gradual rollout starting with optional convenient features.
Boom! And hey, the blueprint is so fucking transparent for those who have eyes to see. So I've said that. Gradual implementation with optional. Optional, you see me, opt-in. You don't have to take it, man. But you know what? It is convenient.
Right.
Hey, Andrew has made a couple slip-ups, man. In the NIDS bill, before them actually revisit the bill and turn it into the NIDS Act 2021, or I think in 2021, before that bill was revisited, he said it out of his mouth that if you don't have the ID, the national ID, you're not going to have access to government services. It said it. So what them do when they revisit the bill, they remove that. Then they remove it and put something different because he was too direct.
Right, exactly.
Then gradualism no work like that.
You need to soft kill.
You need to soft kill people. And then that's the strategy. them take from that moment up, because even in the COVID, it was the same strategy. You don't have to take it. But if your workplace now accept you without the job, you know, you're being forced into a corner. Because being too direct will run people. Being direct will make people panic. Then?
Right, and the thing is, you know, these sides are cutting on time. And in order for you to earn something, you need to lower it. You understand? You need to bait it.
Yep.
If you just run off of one bird, so it's going to fly away. You see me? If you just run off of one deer, so it'll just run away. You see me? You need to learn to lure. So at that Big Nose never really understand. So when I read that scripture, you find it, brother? James 1, verse.
Hey, even with the NITS bill, they have retracted a lot of statements where they make in the earlier part of the implementation of NITS.
Can I look up something?
Yeah, man, no problem. Yeah, they retract a lot of statements. Like, for example, your bank account and certain information about a particular individual now going to be linked to the ID. We have meetings, man, where when him send him government officials from the office of the Prime Minister, there are meetings where him send him goons them to tell them say you're nothing like that now go happen. There's no such thing as a bank account that go linked to it. Which we know, say all of that are go linked to it. But because we know where to go and we bring out these things and they want to dispel this conspiracy theory madness, them try to watch it and soft kill it. Right. Them try to be more subtle with it.
Exactly.
If you say, oh no, you're not going to do none of them things here. Then, so we already know. Them teach this man the proper, them teach him well, man.
Yeah.
And him adapt well.
Right.
But because we are the prophets, we see through the agenda, man.
Exactly.
And there's nothing you can tell. We say I know the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, Italito. Yeah?
And another reason why we know, because every other fucking country are doing it.
Every other country.
One.
Alright, this is James chapter 1 and verse 13. Let no man say, when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed.
So more look up the word drawn away right there, in the Greek. Excelco. And it says to draw out, metaphorically to lure forth. And you look up that word lure, right? It means to tempt, to do something or to go somewhere, especially by offering some form of reward, right? So it's saying hunting and fishing, as game is lured from its hiding place, so man is allured away from the safety of self-restraint to sin, right? The language of hunting is transferred to the seduction of a harlot.
Yep.
You're getting seduced and then no more look up enticed.
Yeah.
Right? Look up enticed.
And as
Right.
you say, seduce, you go back to the ways of the righteous are more excellent than his neighbor. But the ways of the wicked seduce them,
Exactly.
meaning for lead you astray,
Right.
carry down the wrong path.
So the word is deleazo, and it means to bait, to catch by bait. Metaphorically, to beguile, right? Let me look up the word beguile, right? To charm or enchant someone, often in a deceptive way. To beguile by blandishments. Look at my word blandishments. Flattery, pleasant statement or actions used as a means of gently persuading someone to do something.
Yep.
Right? That is what is being done to you people. You're being drawn out and you're being enticed. And
Where they use the enchantment.
right. And we're necessary a little force. For example, the Big C was happening in 2019, 2020, going on down. You see me? Was a big dry run. We see how far you can push people out of them norm for them accept things where they would normally accept. Right. And one of the leaders of the WEF, she said that it was successful in showing you how far you need to push people in order for them to accept certain things. So when them can't entice you to accept, them are going to force you by what? Taking you out of your comfort zone, creating crises.
Yep.
Remember when the whole thing happened, you know, everybody has sing by the same statement. Never let a good crisis go to waste.
Yeah, that was the mantra.
That was the mantra, yo.
Yep.
Because when you look up the word crisis, you know, you see me, in the Greek, it means a turning point, right? That's what a crisis is, it's a pivot.
Yep.
So it represents an opportunity for a change of direction.
That is the word, the exact words that them use, an opportunity.
Yes, that's what a crisis represents. Yeah? It is a turning point. So what you do is you remove the equilibrium, you remove the steadiness from the society, and you create unease, a disruption, a disequilibrium, and that allow you to move the society in a different direction. Order out of fucking chaos. That's why one of the things they're pushing in the COVID were big right now is what? Food delivery. That's not going away. You understand? The digitalization push, that's not going away. It accelerates. The CBDC push, it accelerates. Digital identification systems accelerate.
E-commerce.
Right? E-commerce, them things they accelerate and them not stop. It was used as a turning point. Digital business, them things never stop. So what them are going to do now, them are going to create another scenario, another crisis or polycrises, as in that way they come up one at a time, like every fucking thing someone behind the other. That's what this are going to do. They're going to create polycrises in order to turn society in a one different direction where you would normally can turn under our normal circumstances, yo.
Turn.
Right.
It's at Amos 3, verse 5. May I read it in the NLT. Said, does a bird ever get caught in a trap that has no bait? Does a trap spring shut when there's nothing to catch? When you look it up, basically the word in the KVG is the word jinn, which goes back to the same word the brother bring out, lure.
Right.
See me?
You can't lure somebody without bait.
Yeah, we set it up nice.
Set up nice. Right? What?
Alright, this is the book of Psalms 144 and verse 4. Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose.
140.
Yeah, 140.
Yeah, 144.
That's like I'm calling it again still. Psalms 140 and verse 4. Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose. Purpose to overthrow my goings. The proud have hid a snare for me.
Right. I know, thinking about the word crisis, going back to a turning point. You know, such man organization named Charlie Kirk, Turning Point USA. And look how them are using him right now. Brother, the amount of people compare this man to Jesus Christ from Brook School. Messiah!
Hey, as you mentioned that,
Turning Point USA.
as I mentioned that, you know, one of the things we have to be careful of is even how we talk about these kind of crises, because Esau is in hunting phase right now. Right, he might ramp up the hunting phase, and as a pastor say, yo, that man could have been on an island somewhere. Who knows? You know what I mean? It is a possibility, and a high one too. That you know, it's a stage event. You know, you have to be careful what you are seeing in the media. You know what I mean? So it can be used, this crisis can be used as an opportunity for the turning point, man.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So back in the implementation strategy, another strategy that they will use is crisis, and this is according to the AI. This is according
Before we
to
even
the AI.
read him, I think you know say that.
Yeah, it said, that's why I want to read down in it.
What?
It's a crisis-driven adoption, pandemic response, economic collapse, security threat.
Yo, yeah, one thing we do a video on sometime last year. We name crisis. Crisis, something like that. But anyway, pretty much the means that the matter is the Hegelian dialect.
Yep, Hegelian
You
dialectic.
understand? Problem, reaction, solution.
And we can add this. He mentioned economic collapse, which we always elaborate and speak about the failure of the fiat currency or failure of the world economics, of the world economy. See? which the agenda is to replace cash, is to replace physical cash. Now, another thing we didn't mention is security threats. One of the things that has been happening like regular for a minute now is cyber attack. Now, according to Fortinet, which is a firewall or security provider, internet provider, over 34.4 billion attacks happened since within a month or something like that. I'll try to find out the article just to be sure. But 34.4 billion
Right. And
cyber attacks, man.
AI them use that.
AI them use do it.
Yeah.
Because that's what they want to create. And a cyber attack is so dangerous, man. Right now in Nevada, yeah, man. Right now in Nevada still a recoup from a cyber attack by a group what them call ALV,
Right. Hey.
Pika, and certain other companies like out here still are trying to recover from cyber attack.
Right.
So cyber attack can be very grave, man.
Right. Remember the world's favorite Bond villain, Klaus Schwab. When him said the next thing will be a massive cyber attack.
Yep.
That's what him said the next thing is going to be. Right? So we believe that. We believe you, Klaus Schwab. We believe that you will stage, you see me, a massive cyber attack.
And some of the cyber attacks them are gonna blame upon Iran. Because them been preaching and you know putting out these like the words out there.
And China.
So they are and China they are Iran sleeper cells in America. You know, to create cyber attack or something like that, man. Them been putting that out there too. See? So it mentioned crisis-driven adaptation, pandemic response, economic collapse, security threats. Another one is integration with existing popular technologies, smartphone, social media, banking apps.
Right. So that's one of the way them did. You see me, them integrate with something where you used already, and then slowly I will move away from that norm. You understand? That's another step in gradualism. You see me, you're tied with something them used to already, and then once them get used to that new thing, you move away from the original thing even further. You understand? Because I think even the apostle do a video upon it. Yesterday or today, you see me, I'm sure say, I'm going to show this to this brother where I tell us, say, yo, and that's something we'll bring out before. So in the by 2030, them don't want to have smartphones anymore. You understand? You need to merge with technology. That's the idea. Transhumanism, them call it. You understand? Elon Musk, him said proudly, him said the idea is to merge with technology. Right? So you know, have a smartphone and it must not be in you. Remember the advertisement with the British girl, where she put it to the cell phone in her hand, and she goes show her friends, say, yo, we can't do this now, our parents. Yeah. Her parents say, yo, we can't do this now. That's the idea. Right? That's the idea. To merge you with technology. You become a part of the then you become a body, a node. So you have international bodies. Right?
Alright, he said the key difference from historical interpretation would be that the mark wouldn't necessarily be visible. It can be under your skin.
Exactly.
It could be entirely digital using biometric data that people already possess. Right under your skin it go.
Yep.
And physical chip, right?
In the same breakdown here where we really talk about the implantable RFID or NFC chip, which is pretty much the same thing. RFID, NFC, same thing.
It could be entirely digital using biometric data that people already possess. A technocracy would likely frame this as efficient resource allocation, fraud prevention, and social optimization rather than control.
And these are the exact things where the government never said. You understand? Where Big Nose say, yo, when the whole big city has gone, if we had the national identification system, we would have been able to give out the grants to the people more efficiently.
Exactly. But see through the agenda, man. It's only the fools of society that can trick with that.
Right.
Like when him retract his statement and say, oh, if we replace cash when we just make the new money. After the people them start put one and two together and I say, yo, this is what them are trying to do. Him come back and say, people, you need to think. And it's not everything on the social media you can see and follow. Don't listen, you understand what I say? After him done, say it out time more.
We call it these newsday prophets.
Make you look like people are, Of course, this raises significant concerns about privacy, individual autonomy, and the concentration of power that many would find troubling regardless of religious perspective. But exactly that they go on, exactly that they go, exactly that they want. That's why the New World Order is such a thing. That's why the Fourth Industrial Revolution is such a thing. Zane? So it is already on way. Zane, to go towards with them real agenda or the ultimate goal. To chip everybody, to connect everybody to the grid so them can have full control of people. And it will be something physical because you know why? The Heavenly Father say it's gonna be that. Right. Because the decision where people have to make, whether them to take the chip yes or no, it will be a willing decision.
Right.
To denounce your power, especially for you Israelites. A lot of Israelites are going to willingly take the chip. And in other words, denying them power and choosing the so-called white man as them power. Yeah?
Brother, I bring on the penalty to take it out with the drop.
Yeah.
This is Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
Thus saith the Lord. Right? You take the chip, the RFID microchip, implant the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, you're going to be destroyed. Right? In America, thermonuclear fire, some might even chip and drop down as a do. Because just say what the islands have been moved out of their places. Right? So with that hope, this line was edifying. We give our praise and glory to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Bakar, double and again to the apostles and the elders. Shalom.